तो रेवोल्यूशनरी वाला बिना हैंड आउट के करते हैं, जो भी मैं बोलूँगा इट इज़ देयर इन दी हैंड आउट, है ना, इट विल गिव मी स्पीड एंड फ्लो ऑल्सो, ठीक है। तो द स्टोरी ऑफ रेवोल्यूशनरीज इज अमेजिंग, ठीक है ना, कैसे इट इज़ अमेजिंग। सो व्हेन बंगाल पार्टीशन वाज डन, अच्छा उससे भी पहले जाता है स्टोरी, क्या, व्हेन देयर वाज अ प्लेग इन 1890s in Maharashtra, right? And when this plague happened in Maharashtra, so therefore there was this plague commissioner, right? Plague commissioner means someone who is in charge of health, right? Plague commissioner. His name was Rand, R-A-N-D. And he had this weird thing. Imagine that when COVID happened, so as soon as police gets information that COVID is there in that house, right? So after that, police reaches that house, है ना, ambulance etc. Also, है ना, ऐसा बिल्कुल ऐसा, है ना, and forcefully taking people to hospital. And if the person says, "I'm not going," imagine, थप्पड़ पे थप्पड़, है ना, ग्लव्स पहन के ऑब्वियसली, बिकॉज कोविड ठीक है ना, तो ऐसा सोचो, है ना, ऐसा। तो प्लेग कमिश्नर रैंड यूज्ड टू एंगेज इन दिस काइंड ऑफ अ थिंग, right? Imagine policemen entering into an area where suspicion of plague is there, beating people, putting them in ambulance, taking them to hospital, है ना। बताओ कोई ऐसे इलाज करवाता है ऐसे कोई, है ना, कि इलाज करवाएगा नहीं कराएगा, नहीं है ना, दिस काइंड ऑफ सिनेरियो इट इज देयर। तिलक ना, he used to organize Ganpati festival since 1893, Shivaji festival since 1896, whereby a poem was there, Shivaji's utterances, whereby there was an incident in the past where Bijapur kingdom had sent Afzal Khan. It was to be a normal meeting, but plan was to kill Shivaji, right? But Shivaji was also prepared, and then पूरा उसका पेट फाड़ दिया था, ठीक है, शिवाजी ने। So in Shivaji's utterances it was said that the way Afzal Khan was taught a lesson by Chhatrapati Shivaji, same way we should teach a lesson to British. Common man is not Western educated. If you'll ask 1,000 people to gather on, we are going to discuss democracy, कोई नहीं आने वाला. But we are going to ask people together that we are going to celebrate Ganpati festival, that we are going to celebrate anniversary of coronation of Chhatrapati Shivaji in 1674. Then 10,000 people will gather, right? So this is a live example of converting cultural energy into anti-British political energy, right? So first song, Ganpati Bappa Moria, right? You people are like to ऐसा है ना, हाँ. Next song, सरफरोशी की तमन्ना अब हमारे दिल में, you like, है ना? Conversion of cultural energy into gathering people by using religion, but then converting that energy into anti-British energy, not into any anti-Muslim or anti-Sikh or anti-Christian energy. That is positive use of religion, right? कोई communal violence नहीं कराए तिलक ने, right? But ऐसा. And after this, this plague commission Rand was assassinated by Chapekar brothers, right? 1894 or something, right? तो वहाँ से start हुआ था. Khair, next event happens that this Bengal partition takes place in 1905. In 1906 itself, all the revolutionaries of Bengal, they had done a meeting and they had said that it is only through guns. Their slogan was that 30 crore Indians should raise their 60 crore hands. Obviously 30 into 2 is like 60 crores. But the whole point is here they are trying to emphasize numbers, that we have numbers, right? They are trying to raise confidence, okay? 30 crore Indians, they should raise their 60 crore hands and end oppression, which is being done by some handful number of British, maybe 1 lakh, right? ऐसा, तो ऐसा था. खैर, at this point of time, they gave chance to the extremists. However, as repression of the extremists began, gradually the revolutionaries, they now came up. Their long-term plan was a repeat of 1857 revolt. What was 1857 revolt? Sepoy mutiny and then civil rebellion. However, that was tough. It was tough to make the army mutiny. It was tough to ask every person to become violent against the British. So that was chosen as a long-term goal. Short-term goal or method was chosen as individual heroic action. That is these three revolutionaries saying that we are going to target and assassinate such British officials who do atrocities on the common people, such British judges who give harsh sentences to our leaders, illegitimately harsh sentences, so that we can strike terror in the heart of the British and we can remove fear from the heart of Indians. Because when Indian people will come to know that LG को ही ठोक दिया, then when any superintendent of police does wrong lathi charge, then lathis are there, but the person will say, LG is also not safe, tera bhi time aayega. See, such removal of fear is there, right? And fear in the heart of the British. Now, if that happens, then every British person, now he looks 10 times more in the rear view mirror. कि कोई पीछा तो नहीं कर रहा, है ना? That is the fear in the heart, right? So that is what they wanted to do. And then either they will become shaheed, or if arrested, then the position is going to be presented in front of the judge. Judge will ask, guilty or not guilty? What will be my reply? Guilty. क्या ठोके हैं और अगला नंबर आप ही का था, है ना? कोई रिमोर्स नहीं, no remorse. Yes, I have killed. And then the lawyer will ask why. Then if you have the content with you, then you tell that how Indians are being repressed by the British. Newspaper will publish it. So therefore that is how nationalism will spread, right? Even if you are, and then you are hanged, so then you are shaheed. So that is even better. Get arrested. That's why Bhagat Singh quoted arrest. So that when he makes speeches on in the court, then they are published and the wider audience reads it. Right? As a propaganda in the court. Propaganda used to be positive word at that point of time. Later on it has become negative. Right? So so they engaged in certain things. Isme, for example, in 1907, they did bara dacoity. Right? So whereby the zamindar, which were pro-British, so zamindar of bara was looted. Why? Because either we need guns or we need money to smuggle guns. So Swadeshi dacoities, that means you're not doing them for your personal thing, you're doing it to carry revolution. So Swadeshi dacoities are either you loot guns or you loot money. Right? Yes, so that was there. Similarly, the next one was Muzaffarpur conspiracy case. There was this hated judge, district judge, his name was Kingsford, magistrate Kingsford. Right? He used to give very harsh sentences to our leaders and all. So bomb was thrown on his karma. Right? And somehow, unluckily, he survived. Right? Prafulla Chaki ate cyanide on the spot, died. Khudiram Bose was arrested. He pleaded guilty. He was hanged. Both were teenagers. Britishers but soon realized that this bara dacoity, some failed assassination attempt on LG of Bengal, ये teenagers तो नहीं कर सकते यार. Some big mind must be there, right? So therefore, then this case came, Alipore conspiracy case, 1908, right? Whereby no violence took place, but basically with the help of intelligence network informers, they raided a house in Alipore where they arrested certain revolutionary leaders. And you know who was present there? Aurobindo Ghosh. So extremists are such leaders whose one leg is in the extremist and the second leg is in the revolutionary. Same was the case with Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. Right? So therefore, connection with the revolutionaries also, but otherwise politician also. That is like Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela initially followed Mahatma Gandhi-like methods. Later on, he realized that Gandhian methods, they are good for minority community only. That is Indians in South Africa. They are not good for majority community. That's Nelson Mandela. Right, by the way. So, khair, aisa Alipore conspiracy case mein Shri Aurobindo. Right. So, Shri Aurobindo is arrested. Bipin Chandrapal is forced to testify. C.R. Das fought his case. But at the end moment, Bipin Chandrapal did not give gavahi. That's why Britishers were forced to release Shri Aurobindo. Right? And then after release, Aurobindo mane nahi. Aurobindo now started a magazine, Karma Yogini, whereby again he started writing anti-British articles and he tried to, galvanize forces. But then he witnessed that how Tilak is being arrested in 1908, how Bipin Chandrapal is being forced to retire. So he knew that now the Britishers will randomly come and they will arrest me. That is when he escaped to Pondicherry, which was under the French. And then he started pursuing spiritualism and left political life forever because went into spiritualism. Right? Like that IIT. But spiritual experience Brahman experience, Swami Vivekananda like meditative experience, Ramakrishna Paramahansa like meditative experience, he had already earlier also. Right? Now when the Indian national movement was down, therefore he pursued spiritualism and फिर वो उसी में बह गए. But these Marxist book writers, you know how they write content on Sri Aurobindo? That in Alipur conspiracy case, Sri Aurobindo was arrested. However, he was not convicted and then he left politics permanently to pursue spiritualism. क्या फीलिंग आती है? जैसे कोई सेटिंग हो गई. यही तो फीलिंग आती है ना. दिस इज द फीलिंग दैट यू गेट, है ना, दैट की कुछ सेटिंग हो गई, दैट आई विल लीव पॉलिटिक्स फॉरएवर, बट मुझे जानने दो जी ना. आई डिड रिसर्च ऑन दिस. मैंने कहा ऐसे कैसे हो सकता है? श्री अरबिंदो, हिज बर्थडे आल्सो कम्स लकीली ऑन 15th of August. Right? He's a great personality. He's like Swami Vivekananda in the domain of spirituality, and he's like Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose in the domain of politics. Right? Such a great person about whom these books, they only write 5 lines in the whole of Bipin Chandra. Right? Because does not suit the Marxist agenda. Right? ऐसा, this kind of scenario. खैर, ये हुआ अलीपुर conspiracy case 1908. And then gradually more and more repression, so therefore the revolutionaries were repressed. Then when they shifted the capital to Delhi, so in Chandni Chowk, in Chandni Chowk, Viceroy Hardinge 1910 to 16 wanted to celebrate like a Nawab, so he decided to be on an elephant, है ना. So therefore ऐसा procession is going on, Hardinge is on elephant as if he is a Mughal emperor. No problem, in balcony there was Rash Bihari Bose with a bomb. So ऐसा वो elephant पे ये bomb के साथ, and Chandni Chowk is very congested, है ना. ऐसा you can do hello also, है ना, from 2 house, है ना, ऐसा balconies. Right? Now थोड़ा सा distance से मारा bomb. Right? तो sadly, unluckily he survived, but the driver of the हाथी he died. Marxist writers ये जरूर बताते हैं that in Muzaffarpur conspiracy case, failed attempt, ऐसा भी तो कह सकते थे, attempted assassination of magistrate Kingsford. Meaning is same, but जानबूझ के ऐसे डालेंगे failed to assassinate, failed. फिर बोलेंगे too innocent, है ना. वो 1.6 करोड़ मद्रासीज जिनके बारे में तुम जानते भी नहीं हो, वो तो एज इफ ऑल ऑफ देम वर क्रिमिनल्स, है ना. इंडियंस तो इनोसेंट हो ही नहीं सकते, है ना. तो 2 innocent British women were killed in Muzaffarpur conspiracy case when bomb was thrown on magistrate Kingsford, है ना. The word innocent you will not find in front of any Indian when he died by these writers. Innocent, है ना. तो ऐसा, तो यहां पे भी failed attempt to assassinate. However, ये बताना नहीं भूलेंगे that the driver of the elephant, which you call Mahoth, he died. They always want to, in a very subtle way, want to bring discredit to our revolutionaries. Right? So, failed attempt, some innocent died, ऐसा ऐसा करके. Right? ये नहीं बताते क्या कि later on Hardinge wrote in his diary, I felt as if in a second someone has burnt my whole back. ये नहीं बताते that for months he had to stay in hospital. They will not tell you this. Why? Because they want to give this impression of the revolutionaries. They were patriots, but they were misguided patriots. Misguided. Those people who gave life for the nation, they are misguided. ऐसा तो खैर, तो यहाँ पे 19 no one could catch Bose, राश बिहारी बोस, है ना. बोस के तो स्पीकर भी हो सकते हैं. राश बिहारी बोस, he could not be arrested. Then he gave leadership in the Gadar movement of 1913-15. Then also he could not be arrested. He escaped to Japan, married a Japanese honorable lady. Gave leadership to Azad Hind Fauj, INA. And how much Indians know about Raj Bihari Bose? Nil bata sannata. Very less. Recently, 1 or 2 years back, biography of Raj Bihari Bose came. Someone wrote. there is a temple or a monument or something in respect of Rash Bihari Bose in Japan. Not in India. Not in India. India में तो नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस photo was also not there in the parliament until 2004. 2002. Right, ऐसा. तो खैर, anyways, मतलब we should respect everyone. Right, for my student, Mahatma Gandhi is number one, but others are also to be given their credit, given their due. As simple as that. Celebrate everyone. It was a cricket team. Everyone contributed. That's the whole idea. Right? तो खैर ये हुआ. उसके बाद next phase of activity happened, Gadar. क्या ज़माना आ गया? Nowadays, some of the NRI Punjabis, they demand Khalistan. There was a time when the NRI Punjabis, they came to India to repeat 1857 revolt. Gadar. They were inspired by revolutionary activity in the Swadeshi movement. Specifically, they were deeply inspired by the 1912 Delhi conspiracy case, Chandni Chowk. Normal bhi hai. They are living in US. They are living in Canada. They would be having friends who are Americans. They will be talking about their history. With pride, they would be saying that your India is right now a colony of Britain. We were also a colony of Britain. Right? From 1765 till 1776, we did Lal Bal Pal Shri Aurobindo like things. That is extremist activity. And from 1776, when the Britishers, they did not give us independence, we began revolutionary activities. We called it American War of Independence, 1776-83. What are you doing about it? You're like, हम चिट्ठी लिख रहे हैं, पेन, है ना? ऐसा अंदर से बुरा लगेगा ना? That where is our revolutionary movement? Right? So when they came to know that now finally that has begun in India, they got really inspired. Right? They were deeply inspired. Right? And now they said that once World War I has begun, so most of the British Indian Army is in Europe. Loha garam hai, maar do hathoda. Let's all go back to India, and there we will try to, most of the soldiers are sick. Right? We are also sick. They are also sick. We are also Punjabi. They are also Punjabi. Let us go back to Punjab. Let us ask the people of Punjab to start civil rebellion, and let us get in touch with the army to cause Sepoy mutiny. Right? And they came also. And they raised awareness also through this magazine, Gadar magazine, right? Which was basically criticism of British, right? As a patriotic poems. They published a book by Savarkar on 1857 revolt in parts. They published to inspire people, right? As Savarkar had written that book in 1909, right? However, when they came to India, masses, they did not support them because masses were deeply religious, and the priests of the Gurdwaras, they were pro-British. And they asked the masses that don't follow these people, they are misguided people. Plus, British had a policy since 1857 to keep the sepoys totally isolated from civilian population, as per the Peel Commission report, right? That means you are living with your family in the cantonment with zero touch with the outside civil society, so that you do not develop any kind of love for the civilians, right? So therefore, plus brainwashing used to happen. That is, loyalty to the salt is much more important and things like this. Modern laxism should not be there in the soldiers. This was ensured. तभी तो General Dyer ने कहा fire, and we fired. That was a result of Peel Commission of post 1857 revolt, brainwashing and all of that, right? तभी तो केसरी मूवी बनी ना. केसरी मूवी, have you seen केसरी मूवी? केसरी मूवी, हाँ? अक्षय कुमार, केसरी मूवी. In केसरी मूवी, he is dying for his employer. वो तो they showed some Afghani people coming in, right? So therefore they did that. But otherwise, Akshay Kumar in Kesari movie is nothing but proof of effectiveness of Peel Commission. है ना? अच्छी खासी परिणीति चोपड़ा इतनी, है ना, काबिल बीवी मिली हुई है, इतनी प्यार करने वाली बीवी मिली है, उसको छोड़ के अंग्रेजों के लिए मर गया. Because Britishers, they used to say that you have brought down disreputation to the Sikh community, to the Khalsa. You're like, how? You came back alive? You did not die for me. By not making supreme sacrifice, you have brought disrepute to your community. That's how they overturn the pride. What kind of a Rajput you are, what kind of a Jat you are, what kind of a Sikh you are, कि तू भाग के आ गया, मरा क्यों नहीं? मरता तो नाम रोशन करता. That's how they overturn it all, right? तो खैर ऐसा तो नहीं हुआ वो, ठीक है ना? And it failed. And then emergency was applied because of the World War I through Defense of India Act of 1915. And emergency gives draconian powers, so therefore these people, they were wrapped up. Then extremist pen has been tried, we have failed. People have been tried, we have failed. Guns have been tried, we have failed, right? So fine, pata poster nikla hero Mahatma Gandhi. So revolutionaries, extremists, moderates, everyone said कि भाई he has done well in South Africa, let us give him a chance. So revolutionaries, they joined non-cooperation movement in 1920. They gave up their weapons, right? However, when after Chori Chora randomly the non-cooperation movement was withdrawn, so therefore their heart broke. है ना? So Alluri Sitarama Raju, right? In South, Bhagat Singh in the North, they had participated in non-cooperation movement, but now they said कि ना, it is only through guns that things will happen, right? So therefore, in 1924, Hindustan Republican Army, it was set up in North India. It did, and in South India, Alluri Sitarama Raju began Fituri. He became martyr in 1924. Right? RRR movie is kind of like inspired from him. Right? In the North, Hindustan Republican Army, it had many revolutionaries. Right? Chandrasekhar Azad, Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah Khan, right? All of these people were there. And they needed money. So they did Kakori robbery case, whereby a train was going with government cash, it was looted. Right? Why? Because you require money to smuggle guns, to buy guns from black market. However, British intelligence network was amazing. All of these people, they were arrested, right? And so therefore HRA went defunct, right? Ram Prasad Bismil, Ashfaqullah Khan, they became Shaheed. A very beautiful thing, it is what about revolutionaries? Hindu-Muslim unity is always seen in revolutionaries. Always. So UPSC asked once that what would have been it like had we, मतलब हालांकि इसको लिखना तो बड़ा मुश्किल, तो बड़ा लिख सकते थे, मैं तो लिखता, that had we won independence through violence, then maybe we would not have been partitioned. Right? Until 1947, whenever any revolutionary activity takes place, Hindu versus Muslim आपको एक statement नहीं मिलेगी that Hindus have started killing Muslims or Muslims have started killing Hindus, revolutionaries. No? Right? So ऐसा. So this kind of scenario. So it is politicians who divided us. Right? वो है for power politics and all of that. खैर, तो ये हुआ. But HRA was again revived in the form of Hindustan Socialist Republican Army, HSRA 1928. Right? Where Chandrasekhar Azad, Bhagwati Charan Bora, Bhagat Singh, these people were there. Right? But then this one incident happened whereby anti-Simon Commission agitations were going on. Right? And here Lala Lajpat Rai was beaten and by a superintendent of police personally. His name was James Scott. And then he succumbed to his injuries in November 1928. Right? So Bhagat Singh said, such a great leader, is being treated like this. I have to take revenge. We have to take revenge. So therefore, however, their plan was to kill James Scott, but they killed Deputy Superintendent of Police, John Saunders. Right? So, and this came to be known as Lahore Conspiracy Case, whereby ultimately they got hanged on 23rd of March 1931. But before being arrested, they also threw a bomb in Central Legislative Assembly. It was a harmless bomb. Why they threw the bomb, that is more interesting. Bhagat Singh was Marxist, and the CLA was worried about communist activity in India. So they were bringing two laws. One law was to ban right to strike of the workers, trade disputes bill, and one law was to send people away out of India. है ना? जैसे बहादुर शाह जफर was sent to Rangoon, है ना? ऐसा out of India भेजना है. तो उसको बोला था वो पब्लिक सेफ्टी बिल, ठीक है ना? ऐसा तो भगत सिंह did not want that such bills to be passed, so he threw a bomb, and then he threw a pamphlet जिस पे लिखा था to make the deaf hear. And then B.K. Dutt and Bhagat Singh, they courted arrest, did propaganda in the court, newspapers were filled with their speeches. People say that this was a time that Bhagat Singh was even more popular than Mahatma Gandhi, right? And ultimately he is hanged, right? So therefore वो actually में Bhagat Singh, Sukhdev, Rajguru, they went to the gallows smiling and singing nationalistic song. वो सिर्फ movies में नहीं दिखाया जाता कि they are singing मेरा रंग दे बसंती चोला, actually, right? In fact, you know what was Bhagat Singh's request to the British? Kill me not by hanging, because I'm not a criminal, I'm a revolutionary, so kill me by firing squad, that is by guns, because revolutionaries they die with guns, है ना? So this kind of scenario was there. Upgrade was in ideology. From 1907 till 1911, it was purely nationalism, powered by religion also. In 1920s, it was nationalism combined with communism or Marxism. That is, Bhagat Singh was a Marxist, and he truly believed in secular unity. He truly believed in end of economic oppression of the poor. Right? ऐसा, this kind of scenario it is there. So upgrade is there in ideology. खैर, but ये भी खत्म हुआ 1931 में. Right? Last small topic for the day. आज़ाद इन्फोज हम नेक्स्ट वाली मास्टर क्लास में देख लेंगे. But last topic for the day is this Chittagong armory raid. So while Mahatma Gandhi was starting civil disobedience movement in 1930, where in Gujarat, Dandi March in March 1930, right? Around same time, where in today's Bangladesh, East Bengal, right? It was Surya Sen, Chittagong, right? Who started Chittagong armory raid by setting up an organization called IRA, Indian Revolutionary Army. Beauty was that it was for the first time after 1857 that group action is taking place by revolutionaries. Group action. Individual heroic action नहीं, 4-5 लोग नहीं, hundreds of people. This is happening after 1857. Second beautiful thing is, in this group, Hindus are there, Muslims are there, women are also there as fighters. Otherwise, stereotypical roles were given to ladies. जैसा आपने movies में भी देखा है, हाँ, some hero, some revolutionary comes running away from the police, हाँ, knocks on the door, हाँ, lady opens the house, हाँ, then what is the giving shelter, giving food? That is the job which is given to ladies, or transmitting information from one revolutionary to another. But here, guns, right? And women, they became martyrs also. है ना? Names like Preeti Lata Vadidar, Suniti Chaudhary, है ना? These kind of names, right? ऐसा movie भी बनी है, खेले हम जी जान से, Deepika Padukone and Abhishek Bachchan, on Chittagong armory raid, and they knew that it is a suicide mission. Followed guerrilla warfare techniques, went into the forests, cut off Chittagong from rest of India, declared a provisional government. They knew it is a suicide mission, but still they wanted to inspire the people. And ultimately Surya Sen was arrested and he was hanged in 1934. Right? So that's how the second leg of revolutionary activity, it came to an end in 1934. Last leg is two things actually. एक तो INA, right? And second element is Quit India movement. Only for 6 weeks, that is 1.5 months, it was people like you and me who were doing protests. The rest of it is underground activity, where trains are being blown up, railway stations are being attacked, bombs are being thrown. Yeah? ध्यान से सुनना क्या क्या कह रहा हूं मैं. Pilots are delivering bombs. Huh? From 1942 to 1945, this is happening. अंडरग्राउंड तो गुंडे होते हैं, इन पॉपुलर टर्मिनोलॉजी अंडरग्राउंड तो क्रिमिनल्स होते हैं. all books, this is my personal doubt, they call this underground activity. Why not revolutionary activity? What else you want? Bombs are being thrown, man. Trains are being, railway tracks are being blown up. What else? Attacks on police stations. How this is different from Prafulla Chaki and Khudiram Bose, throwing one bomb on Magistrate Kingsford? Usko to these people called revolutionary terrorism. And as soon as we come close to 1947, they call it underground activity. Maybe I'm slightly slow-minded, but trust me, for many years, I also like underground activity. ऐसा mind वो चिपक जाता ना, underground activity. Had it been called revolutionary activity, then maybe the narrative would be that when we got independence on 15th of August 1947, right? So it was because of revolutionaries. Quit India movement was totally violent, right? Started by Mahatma Gandhi, but underground activity also took place, from 1942 to 1945, right? अगर उसको underground activity हम बोल के revolutionary activity बोलूँ, तो mind में public perception क्या बनेगा? That भी उधर नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस, INA, है ना? So सिपाही mutiny वहाँ हो गया, civil rebellion यहाँ हो गया. When 1857 revolt was repeated, 1942 to 1945, civil rebellion in the form of Quit India movement. Why? Because Quit India movement was totally violent. 1942 to 1945, INA, Sipahi mutiny. 1945-46, naval mutiny. 1946 February, naval mutiny. 1945, that is Sipahi mutiny. 1945-46, INA agitations, which were very kind of like violent in spirit. In Delhi, it was pasted, death to 20 English dogs for each INA man. And they took revenge of dogs and Indians not allowed. So 1942 से 46 civil rebellion भी दिख रहा है. 1942 से 46 सिपाही mutiny भी दिख रहा है. Can I not say that ultimately the long-term objective of the revolutionaries was achieved of repeating 1857 revolt? And they were totally guided. As soon as that happened, we got independence on 15th of August 1947. That is also a perspective, right? And you can verify. Quit India movement was totally violent, right? A lot of underground activity took place, right? And INA is nothing but Sipahi mutiny. उसको Sipahi mutiny क्यों नहीं बोलते हैं वो? It is Sipahi mutiny और क्या वो? Naval mutiny तो है ही है, naval mutiny. So from 42 to 46, one can argue outside of UPSC domain that it was second 1857 revolt, which lasted for 4 years. New perspective in favor of revolutionaries. खैर, so therefore we end our class. ठीक है ना? तो थोड़ा बहुत जो आईने का डिटेल्स है वो हम अपनी नेक्स्ट मास्टर क्लास या नेक्स्ट मास्टर क्लास जहाँ पे भी क्विट इंडिया मूवमेंट के आसपास वाला आएगा तब उसमें देख लेंगे. बाकी डिटेल्स ऑफ आईएनए आर गिवन देयर, राइट? So we'll meet in the next master class hopefully. Take care. Bye bye.